Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I'm kind of excited today. So, we got some new stuff in, which I've been showing it, but this one caught my eye and I wanted to buy them all, as I do with everything because there's something wrong with me. But I didn't because I wasn't for sure if it was going to be good, and B, to be fair, like I'm not gonna wear them. You all know that warm shades just haven't been my thing lately. I've been much more into like cooler tones and stuff. But with summer coming, I thought maybe, but then I thought, let me just try this and we'll see, right? So, and I've been hearing a lot of and seeing a lot of um, talk about it, which the talk is blowing my mind to be fair, because I'm like, they've always been like this. It, that's what they were always compared to in a way. You know what I mean? But let's get started. So let's go over what is on my face. And actually, I want to do a full face of this brand too, but we'll get to that. So for foundation today, I'm actually wearing my Polite Society More Than a Pretty Face foundation. And I kind of like it. I do. I liked it more when I first tried it than I do now. I can't put my finger on it. But maybe it's because of my sunscreen. Very well could be that. But this isn't hitting the way it used to be fair. Um, for concealer, Natasha Denona. That still hits, okay? That is still hitting the same way. I set the T zone with uh, Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the light powder. I'm just trying to use it up. You know what I mean? Or no, I'm sorry, it's not light, it's fair. Just trying to use that up. And then the rest of my face I set with the It Benefit, right? Yeah, the Professional powder. I think this only comes in one shade. Um, it's powder. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use it. It's neither here nor there to be fair, but it's not bad. It's not the best, but if you're looking at it, I don't think it'll disappoint either. You know what I mean? For bronzer, I went old school. Okay. So I had a customer come in the other day and they wanted waterproof makeup because they were going to the beach. And I really don't know that. And I mean, they say it's waterproof, right? But is it? I don't know. I've never, put my makeup on and then jumped in a pool or the ocean or anything like that to really say, you know what I mean? And I hate that because, like, I have to go off of what the either I see reviews on or what the product itself says, you know what I mean? And this particular product is considered waterproof, but I'm just like, is it? I don't know. But it's the Tarte in Park Avenue Princess. And I have I believe it's a travel size of it, but I don't want to break my nails. I just put them on. I'm trying, what is this? Glamnetic, I think, is the nails. But I'm using this, and look, I hit pan, a big pan. I'm like so excited. But it don't look bad. This particular bronzer, depending on, I think, my skin tone or what foundation I'm wearing, maybe even, sometimes it'll look good. Like today, I think my makeup looks fine. But other days, it looks muddy, I guess is the best word. I don't know. It just doesn't look right. But today, it doesn't look bad. So that's a plus. And then for blush, I went into Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Mauve Sunrise. I really liked this color, and it was so easy and effortless to apply. Like, it was nice, and it's just a little sample I have, but it's really, really pretty. Like, it doesn't. I thought it was going to be a little too intense, which you can build it up, of course, but I mean, the way I have it now, it looks really nice. And like in camera, I don't think it looks as good. I don't think any of my makeup looks as good. But like in natural lighting, like when I went in my bathroom and looked in the mirror, I really liked the way my makeup turned out, to be fair. For highlight, again, I pulled out an old school one. It's the Revlon Skin Lights in Daybreak Glimmer, which I gotta say, that is a pretty highlighter. Like, it just looks so natural and skin like. It's not, it doesn't emphasize too much. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of perfect, to be fair. And I like other highlighters, don't get me wrong. But this one, like any look you do, I think it would go with. I really think it's really pretty. I really like it. For brows, I'm just using the Lawless brow pencil. I've really been enjoying this. It went on sale, on Sephora, and I bought a couple of them actually. But it's the Shape Up Soft Fill Brow Pencil in Blondie is what I'm wearing, and I really like it. Okay, now lips. It's the BFF2 lip liner, I think, from ColourPop. Yep, it's the same lip I wore the other day. I've really been liking it. And then the MAC. Oh, the MAC in. I think I said it was 67. I think is the number on it. The shade here. I think those two shades just go perfect together, and I love that this is kind of like a comfortable matte, and you can reapply over top of it, and it works beautifully. Before I put my makeup on, though, I did use this, which is the brand we're going to be talking about, Morphe. I purchased the Hot Honey, and I purchased another color too, but I gave it to my daughter. I purchased these for my daughter. She loves hot stuff on her lips. I don't get it, but here we are. This isn't very hot. I will say that it does plump, though. I mean, it is a little bit stingy, but it's not lip injection, Too Faced lip injection hot. You know what I mean? The extreme or anything. But I like the way it feels, and like, it looks really gooey and ooey. You know what I mean? It looks like it's going to be sticky, but it's not. It almost like melts into your lips and then like lasts. I had to blot it off to do this lip. You know what I mean? And when I did, there was a good bit still left on my lips. And I guess it had been about 2 or 3 hours. And I had drank from a can. Of course, drank from a straw. Like, I have done stuff, you know what I mean? And it was still hanging on. So I've really been enjoying that, to be fair. If you don't like heat, might not be your thing. But if you don't mind a little bit, that's where I would put this on a scale of like 1 to 10. It's like a 3. You know what I mean? And that's with the lip injection being like the lip injection extreme being the 10. The other thing okay, so this is the main thing, the palette, the Morphe palette. I have it in Rich Glitch. We got them all in stock, and even the bigger ones. I just bought the little 6-pan because I wasn't for sure if I'd like it or not. And I will say, I love the way this eye look turned out. So I love the packaging, like, so cute. And like the front of it is so pretty too. I like the way it has an M. A lot of people have been saying it reminds them of MAC. I would agree. Here's the thing though. Haven't they always been compared to that? Like the more, what's the word I'm looking for? The least expensive, you know what I mean? But still comparable to MAC. Even their brushes were compared to MAC, like all that stuff. I've never not heard them compared to MAC, so I don't understand now why they're like, oh, they're dupe. Well, they've always been, haven't they? I am so confused on it. But even at that, I mean, like, everybody's kind of duping everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't imagine in all of these years that, yeah, you can come out with new formulations and stuff, but you're kind of gonna dupe in a way, you know what I mean? But I do see where they're coming from with it. Do I think, here's my thing with it, is that in an Ulta, technically, like when you walk in, you have MAC, like, first thing. If it's the first thing you see, like, when you walk in, right? Besides the front of the store. MAC's right behind it. And then you have Morphe right beside it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I could see where people would think it would hurt MAC. Well, I don't think they think it's going to hurt MAC sales, let's be honest. Because people that are going to shop MAC are going to shop MAC. People that are going to shop Morphe are going to shop Morphe. But I do like the fact that if you're beginning to get into makeup, or if you just need, like, you lost all your makeup or whatever it may be, this is so cute and nice to just run in, pick up, and go. You know what I mean? You don't have to invest in a whole other palette because you left your makeup at home. You know what I mean? Type of thing. So I see it from both ends. I really do. But I don't think, like, if I didn't do what I did, like, if I wanted MAC, I'm going to buy MAC. Like, if they had the exact same color story, the exact same formula, I'm going to buy MAC. You're buying for the namesake, and of course they're not exactly the same by no means. So there is the experience behind it, but I see where they're coming from. I just don't see why all the fuss is here. You know what I mean? But let's get started into the palette because I personally really like this palette, and I may have to buy another one. I think I'm gonna have to. It's got a nice little mirror. I think this is perfect size for traveling. Like, I just like everything about it. Now, this is a 6 pan, and then I think they have the 12 pans, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. So, but anywho, so the first shade I went in with is this one right here, and I just sort of set the lid in the eye with it. I use my Soft Ochre by Matte. No, I didn't. I use my Sigma eyeshadow stick in Persuade, I believe. Let me make sure. Nope. Ignite. Okay. Then we're going to go into the shade. This one right here. This, like, pinky. And I will say that these are nice shadows. I'm also using Morphe brushes. So I bought a set of their new brushes. It came with like a foundation brush, a concealer brush, a powder brush, a cream blush brush. However, I used it for the Bare Mineral blush, and it worked. And that's not a cream. And then it came with some eyeshadow brushes. So, you know. So far, so good on the brushes. I think they're soft. I mean, they were always known for their brushes, although at the same time they had good brushes prior to this. So I don't necessarily, I could see where you would want to get a new look, and that's all fine, but I don't think I would have necessarily gotten rid of some of the shapes, to be fair, because some of the shapes they had were nice. Now, they do have a lot of shapes now with their brushes, but I don't think all of them are that great. You know what I mean? But if you happen to see, I will say I do like the display at Ulta with the Morphe brushes because they actually have them displayed to where you could touch them and, you know, see the actual shape of them to see if it is something that you are interested in. But yeah, they're not bad brushes by no means. They're nice. They blend fine. Alright, now that I got that color on, we're going to run it under the lower lash line also. Like, I really think this palette's pretty. And that's why I went for it. Like, I did have them all out sitting there going, do I need all of these? And then I was like, what if the formula, I don't like it? I was like, I don't want to invest and then not like it, you know? So I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy one. We're going to try it out. And if I like it, I can always buy more then. Because I do think this is permanent in their line. So that's good, you know? And I do think the packaging is great, especially for traveling. I mean, it is summer, so people are definitely going to be traveling. And I think that the packaging is just perfect. It's nice, it's sturdy, it's weighty. Like, you're getting your feel out of it, the experience. All right, we might have to go back into that color, but we'll see. Let's go into the darkest shade now, which is this one. And I do like how they have three mattes, one metallic satin shade, and then these two molten shades. I mean, I just love this palette. Love it. And I'm just laying it where I want it, and then I'll blend it out. I even think the mirror is kind of the perfect size, to be fair. Now this is a Sigma brush, which is one of my favorite brushes to use when messing with this outer corner, because it's very pointed. And I can lay it down exactly where I want it and not have to worry about it, and yet it still blends beautifully. But you can see how dark that shade is right there. I probably went a little bit too dark. We might have to go in with this shade just to lighten it up some and help blend it out. Because I kind of went overboard there. But that's okay. I just went in with a heavy hand. And that's the thing, you got to see that, because even though I went in with a heavy hand, you can see how easily it blends out. And you get to see how dark it is. Like, it is a fairly dark shade. I think I'm going to have to match this shade. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to take that same dark shade on the lower lash line. And because this is pointed, I can just use this brush. I don't know, there's just something calling to me about this palette. And do I have this color story? Obviously. But I will say the mattes are pretty good in here. And the price point's nice. Okay. And I think all the shades go well together to where it's gonna, if you really wanted to go deep, dark, and smoky, these shades are gonna, help you build yourself there, which is nice. Okay, so now we're gonna go into this like satin metallic shade, and I'm gonna put it on the lid. And this shade alone is just gorgeous. Like, I could wear just this shade, to be fair. It is just so pretty, in my opinion. Alrighty. I mean, it's just beautiful. Look at the way come on. Perfect. And then I'm going to pick up this shade, this molten shade at the top, and we're going to pop that right in the inner corner here. And blend it out a little bit. You do want to be careful. This one's a little bit flaky. So, and you don't want it, going down your face everywhere. So, be careful with that. But other than that, you should be good to go. I kind of really intensified this side look and didn't do that on this one. So I'm just going to make them even. But do you see how pretty that is? And again, you could build it and make it more intense, or you can blend it out and make it less. It's really just up to you on how you want to do it. But again, I really, really like the way this looks. It's just so pretty. Okay, just making sure both sides are even, because we all know that I'm not the best when it comes to that portion of this. Okay. Then I took this shade right here in the middle and I just picked it up with my finger. And this one, they feel so, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. And I'm just going to put it right in the middle of my lid. You don't have to. You could easily have left it the way it was. And it was going to be beautiful, but look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm in love. I am in love. I'm just going to kind of intensify it on this side a little more. And there's no fallout, which is nice. Like, that is gorgeous to me. Like, absolutely gorgeous. You can't tell me otherwise. You just can't. It just looks so pretty. Although, I made a boo-boo. I took that up a little bit too high, that shimmer. Let me blend that out of there. And I do like the way that this is easily fixable. This palette. Like, if you do make a little hiccup, you can easily fix it. With previous shades, obviously. So I'm going to go back into that first shade I used in the crease to make sure it's nicely and blended and all. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to buy more palettes. Damn. I mean, not that I was wanting to hate this palette, because it wasn't. Because to be fair, when I seen the two molten shades, I was like, oh yes. Beautiful. I must say, I really think we should be checking this palette out. Well, is it out yet? I don't know if it's out yet. No, it is. It has to be, right? I don't know. But I will say that I'm going to use the YSL. Oh, I forgot to line the lash line. Why? Alright, we'll put the mascara on and then we'll line the lash line in a minute. Because we will have to do that. And of course I'm using my YSL mascara. That's my favorite for the top. I got ahead of myself. Like, I've been wanting to film with this palette for days now. Because it was just so pretty. And they have different ones, like I said. Like, they have a pastel. And they have, like, a cool tone 12 pan, a warm tone 12 pan. They got, like, a colorful one, which, again, those are kind of mocking the MAC ones. They are. But no, I messed up. Of course I did. We couldn't have a look go right? No. That would be way too easy to do. I'm kind of curious. I don't think I have any MAC 12 pans. I'm kind of wanting to buy them so that I can compare them to the Morphe ones to see how close the color story really is and to see, like, formula wise how close they are. But I don't think that the 12 pans had the molten shades in it. I want to say they didn't for some reason. And see, that's the shades that I like the best, personally. But if you don't care about that, you know, it might not matter to you. I'm trying to separate these really quickly. There we go. But I mean, I got no complaints from this eyeshadow look at all. Because I think it's extremely beautiful, extremely easy to use. Like, it took me no time to do this look at all. Let me go ahead. I'm taking the darkest shade in here again, the one I use in the outer corner. And I'm just going to line the top lash line. And it is going to be harder to do now that I put the mascara on, but let's use the magnifying mirror. Because if I don't, my lashes aren't going to look like they have the volume that the other side has. But at the same time, I don't want to make a mess of this look. Alright, I think we're going to leave it there. Let me clean up the little nick I gave myself here. Perfect. Okay. I was like, can I see it? No. You never know. One minute it's not there, and then the next minute you look in the mirror and you're like, I didn't get it all. For the lower lash line, we're going to use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. Again, with the molten shades, you could get a little bit of fallout, just so you know. You might want to spray them, use your finger. Once it is adhered to the eye, it doesn't fall, but through application, it could. But man, I have no complaints on this eye look. Like, everything turned out so pretty. I need this because I did get just a little bit when I put that molten shade in the middle of fallout. I didn't on the other eye because I went in very softly. But for some reason I am getting a little bit of fallout from the mascara. Oh, I don't know why. Because that's a brand new mascara, but neither here nor there. I'm not going to worry about that. When the eyes look this good, like, I don't know. You guys let me know. What do you think? Like, I understand the whole copying thing. I do. But maybe, just maybe, Morphe is on their comeback era, because I would highly recommend the six pan palette for sure. I believe the warm one had, yeah, the warm one had molten shades too. I don't know if that, like, there was like a pastel one. I don't know if it had molten shades. I'm gonna have to look, but don't you worry, because when I look, I tend to buy, so I will probably be buying. It is what it is. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this, because I'm curious on what y'all think of Morphe from all their new products. Like, I've been hearing tons of things on their the stick. Is it the contour or the bronzer? See, this is where it's probably both. They're probably saying it's both, but I've been hearing a lot of things on that, so I kind of want to try that too, because I mean, everybody's been raving. Even though I'm not really a cream person, like, okay, summer's here. I want to wear makeup, but not wear it like really heavily. You know what I mean? So maybe that is something. And then their blushes, the ones that look like Patrick Stars. Like, okay, like that sounds like fun, and I've seen those, but like they've been having a good bit of hits, to be fair. And I'm curious on your thoughts on it. Do you think that it's just they're overhyped again, or do you think that the quality is there? Because just basing it off of the eyeshadow palette, the quality's there, especially for the price point. Technically, I'd probably even pay a little more for that, but for what it, like the price point, absolutely. The brushes, I bought them in a set, and I want to say, what was that set? The price. It wasn't that much for what was it? Five brushes? No, six brushes. Seven brushes. Four, five, six, seven. Yeah, seven brushes. It wasn't that much for those. Again, I want to say like 20, but I don't know. I can't remember. But like even at that, that's not a bad deal for brushes. And they are soft. They're very, this particular set, I forget what it was called even, to be fair. They're all usable. You know what I mean? So if you did get it, they're all like sizes that I would definitely see you using. Not like, oh, there's only two of them you're going to be able to use type of thing, you know? But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Oh, this, love this. This was amazing. Um, so yeah, I'm wondering, are they on their comeback? Could they come back? That's the other thing. Like, I'm curious if they can, because I mean, come on now, they hit rock bottom. They were rock bottom, and I always like to see. You know, I like to. I don't ever want to see anything fall from grace, obviously, but you know, they were at their peak and they fell. But to watch them climb back up slowly, now that's a story worth telling. You know what I mean? Especially if they do it correctly. I think that'd be a story worth telling, and I'm sure somebody will tell it, because Lord knows everybody talks about the rise and fall of Morphe. You know what I mean? But to see, I'd like to see them be able to say, you know, the rise and fall and the rise again. You know what I mean? Because everybody deserves a second chance. You know what I mean? Even a third and a fourth at times. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped in some way. I know it is super duper long. I do apologize for that. I ramble. We all know this. And I'm slow. We all know this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I do upload. Eh, I don't want to say every day but Sunday, because that's not true. I do. I'm trying. I'm trying to get a schedule. I really am. But yeah, I think it's going to get easier as I'm going to have more time on my hands. So that's a plus, right? Yeah. So I will let you go, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Stay safe. Bye.